Good morning, everyone. So, Jeff is going to be off, I think, for the next few weeks. So, I apologize. Not getting the website updated is my fault. We'll get that done. But I'll be filling in, I think, while he's away. So, it's my understanding that on Thursdays he's been going back through the Lam Rim, and that you guys are on the section on death, contemplating death, and that you've covered the advantages of meditating on death and the disadvantages of not meditating on death. So the next section in the Lam Rim on this topic is called the kind of mindfulness of death that we ought to be developing. That is the next section. So that's the topic that we will cover today. It may or may not, it's not necessarily a very long topic. So we'll see if it takes a half an hour or not. We'll see. We'll see. But we'll go ahead and get started. So we'll start by settling the body. Adopting a stable, comfortable, upright position serviceable for meditation. So we think about keeping our feet flat and our back straight. Torso open. Hands in the lap, right over left, with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. We try to maintain an awareness of not slouching, not leaning, but we also let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body, relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position, just allowing the body to fall into place. And we begin to let go of attending to the outside world, allowing sights and sounds to be as they are without investigation constraining our awareness just to the body and mind. Beginning to concentrate that awareness in the present by attending closely to the physical sensation of the air as it moves into and back out of the tip of the nostrils. Giving ourselves the instruction to notice quickly when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind, and then without judgment or frustration to lift our awareness up from those distractions, to place it gently but firmly again and again on the breath. And then when the mind feels more calm, we generate a broad, altruistic motivation for our time. So begin to cultivate the view of yourself as the recipient of this web of interconnected kindness flowing from all other sentient beings toward oneself. Thinking of all of the ways in which you have benefited, are benefiting, and will benefit from the energy, the work, the kindness, the contributions of every other sentient being. Merely the fact that we do benefit characterizes the work, the energy, the effort of others as a kindness. So our ability to live in relative safety and comfort, our access to clean water, nutritious food, education, our ability to develop our good qualities by relating to other sentient beings through kindness, compassion, generosity, patience, ethical restraint. Our own very lives having been protected as a young child, as an infant. And thinking of all of this kindness, we develop the wish to repay it. To work to secure not only our own benefit, but to secure the highest benefit for these kind sentient beings. I think my ability to do that depends entirely on the content of my mind. Cultivating the states of mind that support those beneficial actions of working for others, getting rid of those states of mind that obstruct that beneficial activity. Completely transforming the mind. And that process is the purpose of our time. So as we continue to generate mindfulness of death, recollection of our own mortality to provide us the fuel for our practice, to overcome the mistaken view of permanence, the innate false perception that there's always more time. We can think about what sort of mindfulness, what sort of concern should I be developing? And here we think about the idea of a wisdom fear. So the ordinary fear of death is based on attachment. The ordinary fear of death is just the desire to not be separated from that which we enjoy. That's not the type of concern that we ought to be developing, that we ought to be cultivating. There will come a time when body and mind separate. There will be an end to the continuity of our relationships, our enjoyments, the ordinary pleasures of this life. So being worried about the inevitable is not wise, not beneficial. That aspect of death is unavoidable. But a wisdom fear is related to the karma that's likely to ripen at the time of death. Thinking about, have we used this life well? Have we used this life to create the kinds of positive karmas that we want to see ripen at death? Have we created the causes of our own good future rebirth? And this contemplation gives us the power to make changes, to take control. So think back over your life. Look back honestly over the past decades, thinking about your own journey, your own ripening of your interest in spirituality. And think first if you can identify any patterns, any tendencies that don't seem to be in alignment with your spiritual goals, aspirations. And then begin to contemplate the changes that you have made, your increasing interest, commitment into pursuing your spiritual path. Thinking of any progress that you have made on even those tendencies and those habits that you have some concerns about. And try to feel a sense of rejoicing in that progress. And then bring to mind the realization that a fear of death itself is useless, completely pointless. But a concern of dying with regret is useful. Being concerned about not having fully taken the essence of this life is something that can spur my actions, can deepen my commitment to my spiritual path. So then make a plan, thinking about the rest of this life. Going forward, how can I recommit to my spiritual life? What is it that I can focus on to be sure that when I do die, it is without regret? It is with a sense of understanding that I did all that I could to familiarize my mind with virtue, to abandon non-virtue, and then give rise to a strong determination to follow that plan. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. And we'll dedicate. So recollect your altruistic motivation and think that by having engaged in this contemplation, you have actualized that motivation which has generated positive energy in your mind. And think that you freely offer the fruit of your practice, that positive energy, for the benefit of all sentient beings without exception. Thinking strongly, when this positive energy ripens, may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and arise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve this state of enlightenment so that I might work for the benefit of sentient beings perfectly. May any obstacles facing the Guru's long life be completely dispelled. And may I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you.